And we're live. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
How are we?
I am okay.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
You are okay. How was your day?
It was... it was okay again, I guess.
Okay again?
Yeah, I was at work and just doing whatever, listening to podcasts, but... I don't know what the fuck the workmate's up to at the moment. Is he, I don't know if he's trying to purposely piss me off, or...
Is this what you were saying the other day?
Yeah,
about
I don't
like
know, he's just
the lack of work?
really getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
I've painted the whole entire inside of the house, and all he's done is the doors and the bathroom walls.
And you've done the whole house?
I've painted the whole house.
True.
Yeah, I've done 2 coats on the walls on the whole house, and all he's done is the doors.
True. So like he is really doing like the minimum that he can. Why? This came out of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
he was working fine. Like how long ago? Like how long ago was he like working normal? It's only been in the past week.
It's like as soon as I took those 2 days off work after Anzac Day, and then I came back, he's just been a fucking piece of shit.
Really? So
Yeah.
you took 2 days off after a public holiday, and now he fucking hates you.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that, man. I've honestly had that in fucking old jobs. Like, people think like that you've let them down, like, and they want you to know it by them, I guess, passively aggressively.
Yeah, and
Being
but
like
then
that?
he can also then be fine next minute. But like, I don't fucking understand. It's fucking so annoying.
Yeah, if you got an issue with someone like that, just fucking talk to them.
Yeah, today he's like, oh, nice to see that you've painted that wall right now. I was like, you want to fucking do it? I'll get to it eventually. He's like, it's like, just get a first coat on it so it's dry. I'm like, whatever, mate.
So hold up, it's from what it sounds like. It sounds like he's got it in his head that you do fuck all work, and he's trying to now like be on that. Like he's like, making a point of showing that you do fuck all work, and he's now also dropped his level of work down to be like, well, if he's doing fuck all, I will too. It sounds like that sort of situation, but I don't believe you did fuck all to start with.
No.
You just took 2 days off work.
Yeah. I don't know. And now it feels like I've been doing fuck all work throughout the day because it's taken me 4 days to do a 2-day job because he decided to...
Damn, because he decided to slow down.
Yeah, because then if we did that, then we both could have been on doors and bathrooms at the same time because there's doors in 2 different colours, so one of them could have been doing one colour and the other one could have been the other one, and then because there's like only 1, 2, 3 and 6 doors in the other colour, and then a bunch in the other one. So yeah, and then you could have just hopped back into that one and helped with that one, but I wanted to just take it nice and slow and take lots.
Whoa! Camera down.
Camera down, camera down.
Alright, hold up. 2 6. Alright, I think we're back on. I'll just double check that we're all good. You were saying it's been 2, 3... I don't know, you said that... you said that it's taken you 4 days to do a 2-day job.
Yeah, which it has.
Maybe I shouldn't put cars on the table.
It's fidgety. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. You're allowed.
I've got undiagnosed but self-diagnosed ADHD, which I feel like I probably do.
Fair enough.
Enough real early.
I chucked it on.
I think we talked a lot before we started actually recording.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's only been 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right.
He's
Apologies. Back to it.
he's doing my head in, and now I'm just keep going with mine like, I don't fucking need this job. I don't need it. I'll fucking quit and find another job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm going like, I don't care where I end up in life at the moment as well. I'll sack him. I don't care if you keep pissing me off.
Yeah.
Or I'll just go to the boss and say like, look, you're gonna be choosing now between me and Noel. Like, I'm not working with him anymore. I can't do this shit. He's fucking me off. Or is it me and my mood swings?
I doubt it. You barely show any emotion to anybody. I doubt you would show more at your work.
Oh no, because like I get fucked off easily, and then I don't. But now I am getting pissed off easily at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's to do with what the other shit, with the other headspaces that I'm in at the moment as well.
Yep. Fair enough. Who knows? That's the thing.
I don't know.
He literally could be thinking a million things.
But I really do feel like he is. Just even with what he said today, just makes it feel like he is.
Yeah, that's very passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, on the subject of like having a bad day, like I remembered something today that I had completely forgotten I'd done or did, and I used to do it when I was real young, and then I kind of grew up after puberty and thought my way I lived in my childhood was a very, very different way to how I should be living as a more adult person, and so I stopped doing it then, and then I started doing it about 2 years ago again and did it for like 6 to 8 months, and then I think it was like when COVID happened, when all that shit went down, and it was when I stopped doing it because it just kind of stopped happening. I don't know why the fuck I stopped. I don't know how I forgot that I did this every day. But the absolute best way to cope with having a shitty day or just having a bad day at work is to religiously every day just appreciate one of the smallest things you can. I just appreciate something small. Really appreciate this shit. Right? It sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But like no matter how I say it, I legit was saying this out loud in the work van on the way back over the hill today because I knew I was going to be saying this. All right, that no matter how I say it, it's going to sound silly, but it works. All right, you got to appreciate something every day, like anything. I legit today I was driving. Just before I thought about this because this is what made me think about this. I was driving out of Martinborough, and it was just going dark. Well, it had been dark for a little bit. It was just going really dark. And when I hit the motorway, and I was like looking out the window, and I couldn't see shit apart from what was in front of me. All there was a bit of road, some lines painted on it, and then trees, bush, fields, fucking nature just everywhere. Like literally there. Not that I could see it all, but it was there. And then the fact that it was dark actually made it look really cool too. And I just thought about how fucking cool that was. Just the fact that I got to be there at that exact time to witness that shit. Like, it was cool. I took a photo of it. I looked back at it when I got home and I was like, this photo's stupid. Like, it's pitch black. You can't see shit. You know?
No.
But in the moment, it was fucking awesome. But it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I had the shittiest day today. Right? I got a stone hit my windscreen, cracked my windscreen again. Right? I know I forgot to take these big ass metal posts over to Martinborough for the boss because he needs them for a job this week. I forgot about taking them this morning, so I was like in the shit with him with that. And I cracked a customer's window today. Something I've been so paranoid about doing. Right, I did so many things, and me 6 months ago today I would have been so fucked off right now. I've been so riveted right now with my day. But I did small things throughout the day. Like that appreciation of that small thing in the evening and just shit like that. I've been doing it for the past week and it helps in the long run. I don't know how, I don't know why, but you start appreciating the small things and all the other things don't seem to be as big as they were before. The idea I come up with is that when you stop appreciating the small things, because we do, obviously when we're born, we appreciate heaps of things from a young age, the smallest of things, because they seem like the biggest of things, and then slightly bigger things become feel like bigger things again. You're growing up as a kid, a toy from a shop's like so huge. It's so fucking big to get. You know, you appreciate the fuck out of that in comparison to like now if we were to go do that and put aside our Hot Wheels addiction. You know, but that feeling of when you're a kid and getting excited over something, and we've now lost that, right? So trying to find that excitement is you're searching for something bigger and bigger every time, or something to appreciate as well. You're looking for something bigger and bigger every time because you've gotten overdoing it so many times for the little things. So when you start doing it for the little things, the things that normally wouldn't seem that big start to become that big again.
Yeah.
Because you're busy fucking appreciating the smallest of things. I quite often, like, I love it when I'm out in the bush and like a fantail will land next to me and just like stare at me for a while and fly away. And like those moments I will always appreciate. I remember many times I've done that. Like, it's just so big. Like, it's just beautiful. Like that nature happens like that, and the fact that I was there caused that fantail to do that, and it's just so cool, you know.
Yeah.
So it's what I think people should be doing to help with the shitty things, because one shitty thing will outrule so many good things. But if you've got a bunch of like small things you've appreciated, it doesn't take much to accumulate a bunch of small things you've appreciated, then that bad won't seem as much because you've got so much good backed up behind you to go, oh, that doesn't seem as big as all that good does now. And it's all in how you look at it. And if you can do that, then you just learn to appreciate everything. I used to do it all the time. I talk quite often about how I used to sit outside at my flat in Lower Hutt with the shisha on for a couple of hours and just think away. That all started because we had all that bush behind us, and I loved sitting out there just staring at that bush, and every day I'd go out there and appreciate the fact that I could come home to that. I made a note to appreciate that every night. And every morning I woke up wanting to go to work and giving it 110%. Looking back now, I really don't know why I gave it that much effort at work. I wasn't getting much out of work theoretically for how much I was putting in, but I wanted to put in that much because I felt so good at one point in time. So like, it's a rant I wanted to really go on about.
Yeah.
But I think it helps. I firmly believe that it helps to be able to appreciate the smallest of things.
Maybe I will try and do that.
No matter how silly it is.
Put your theory to test and see if it works with me.
It's hard because you don't get a straightaway outcome.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
get a straightaway outcome with most things.
Exactly. But we want one.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't try and do things. We don't like get into meditation, but we'll talk about it for a long time.
Yep.
We won't get into yoga, but we'll talk about it for a long time. All that shit.
Yeah.
Because the outcome takes forever. And it's just a hassle. But if you start now, you do it every day, it gets better and better and easier and easier. And you start realizing that you're like appreciating things naturally. Like quite often when like I'm with mates in the car and I'll start like staring out the window and like start talking about the trees. I don't know what our mates think of me when I do that. I think I'm really some cook cunt. But genuinely, like, I love the fact that I can walk outside here and stare at that hill. And the fact that hill's fucking there. How the fuck is that hill there? I don't know.
Earthquakes.
I'd love to know.
Earthquakes.
Or would love to know when they happened, how it happened, or just how it looked beforehand. All the shit we don't know. I'd love to know, but
you can sort of learn that from if you wanted to dig a big chunk of the
yeah,
hill out, and you could learn it that way.
Yep, that is true.
But this is so going on to it, sort of like borderline one of my topics that I brought up.
Yeah.
With you before is like living off the land. Like
yep.
I want to go like, eventually I want to, I guess, go off the grid. And yeah, I want to live in nature away from society. Because I don't know, there is just something about nature it's just peaceful.
Yep.
And if I can somehow afford
you're telling the guy that nature's peaceful, the one that just spilled on about how much you can appreciate fucking...
Yeah, I
bro,
love nature.
You can stare at a field of grass that's green and appreciate how fucking amazing it is that whole field of grass is living.
Yeah.
And even when it comes around to the time of year where that whole field's turned brown because it's all dead, you can appreciate the fact that that hot ball of fucking floating fires, the reason that happened. Like, everything can be appreciated if you look at it that way. And
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. I wanna eventually try and live off or go off the grid or something, or semi off the grid, I guess. I mean, I still want vehicles, so I guess I'd still need to have some type of income to be able to afford to drive a vehicle. But
Yeah.
that's about it. Like,
If you farmed,
yeah,
you
I don't know.
you could farm and just if you lived in the outskirts of a small town. Take Martinborough for example. You can live in a place that's like 30 minutes out of Martinborough in the middle of nowhere, and have Martinborough still there to get to for when you need things. And they have like a Foursquare and a gas station, and the rest of it's legit just cafes and bookstores and
Yeah.
so you can just go there to go get your essentials and go there to get fuel. I'm
Yeah.
sure that I guarantee you, if Martinborough doesn't, then other small towns I know for a fact will have a fucking market on a Sunday. You could just farm off your land and sell it on a Sunday. You don't have to put in fuck all effort in the way of selling it. You just have to look after it, which is just living off the land.
I could sell off the land.
All that, same thing, right? You could do all that too.
Yeah.
You know, you could make a decent amount, especially if all you're putting it into was back into the land, back into your living and cars.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a condition that I'm meant to be eating a certain way, but I'm not. And if I am meant to be eating a certain way, I'm pretty much eating no dairy, no gluten, no sugar, no red meat.
Damn.
I go to a very boring health style of what I'm meant to be eating.
Well, I got a cousin, then he's like severely celiac and lactose intolerant. So he can't have anything that's even come close to being in contact with gluten.
Yeah.
And he can't have anything dairy. So that eliminates like 90% of food. When every time he came down, he had to bring like 3 suitcases, 2 that were filled with food for the week, while he was down to stay. But now it's gotten better because now there's a fuckload more options. Back 10 years ago, I remember we'd go to a supermarket, there would be like a small section of an aisle that we could pick from for him. It was fuck all, and it was all so expensive.
I think I'm gonna have to start like shopping in that whole vegan. Like I don't want to go vegan, but I feel like I sort of have to for my condition. But I don't actually really have a problem with that because I've eaten a lot of vegan food and it's fucking amazing.
It's what I realised like 6 months ago now, is that I honestly don't know anymore why there's been food categories of like vegetarian, vegan, and what I guess we call normal.
Yeah.
But because it's all food now. It's literally the lot of it is food, and you could choose to have a diet of just a certain amount, which I guess that's what vegan is, right? It's a diet. But bro, like I'll happily go anywhere. Like I quite often go to the Caltex before the hill, get myself like a pie or a sandwich for breakfast, and more often than not, I'll get myself the roast kumara and roast kumara and pumpkin sandwich.
Oh, for your Americans and anybody else
Sweet
outside
potato.
of New Zealand, sweet potato.
It's sweet potato and pumpkin.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Granny's got arthritis.
Granny's got arthritis.
Every time I use my grinder, my fucking peeler now,
Yeah.
it's the one off.
It's
the one off
Granny's
that
got
end.
arthritis.
Yep, every time.
Go search the meme. Granny's got arthritis. But what was I saying? Oh my god, what was I saying?
Oh no, I was gonna pull up. What was I was gonna Google something because it was something to do with what we were talking about.
Oh god.
Living off the land.
No, I think we passed that.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You know what? We could roll back the tape.
We'd have to stop the recording to do that and then jam two together.
This means you have to edit.
I feel like it's unfair. We're just trying to have a normal conversation here.
Yeah. What was it? I was going to Google something to go with this.
Well, we just...
Oh, the condition.
Oh, no,
Something about
the
a condition.
vegan. Yeah, I was...
Yeah, food.
Peeling. I went back from what we were just talking about.
Peeling,
So,
food, vegan. Now, what the fuck was I going to Google?
I don't know. But yeah, I'll get the sandwich, which is like roast kurma and pumpkin salad sandwich, and it's all vegan. It's a vegan sandwich, and it's fucking delicious. It's got carrot in it. It's just an amazing sandwich. But it doesn't matter that it's vegan. Like, I don't know why people have a stigma anymore. I don't know how a stigma can exist anymore over vegan food and vegetarian food, because it's all the same now. It's all just food. Even fake meat tastes fine. I had a fake fish burger like a month or two back, and it just tasted like fish. So if you're that desperate and want meat when you're vegan, you can have it now. Like, I honestly don't see how a stigma can possibly exist around it.
No, I've had when I was living with my parents, and it was like probably for a good year or even a bit longer, they went vegan, so I just ended up eating vegan meals, but was still allowed to have meat if I wanted to have meat, but I just ate vegan meals. And then anytime I went around there, like, they said, oh, we're eating vegan, like, we can cook meat if you want. Like, I don't care, it's fine.
It's just food.
Food's food.
Yeah.
Like, it tastes like spag bowl or whatever the hell you're cooking, or whatever you say you're cooking, and as a vegan, it tastes fine. So, yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, my mum used to like religiously have to make 3 separate meals, or at least 2 separate meals every night for everyone, because like I didn't care, so I'd just eat whatever my mum was making for my stepdad, and then my sister got like her own diet, I guess. She just had a bunch of food. She was really picky as a child, so she probably still is, but she was back then for sure. So my mum would make her something, and then my mum could only eat certain things. Her stomach doesn't like gluten and stuff, so she would make herself separate things again. So like every night she would almost make three separate meals every night.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn. I used to feel bad. Like I especially feel bad now, like, because maybe I might have been a bit of a more picky eater back then, and now I really don't care. So like, I would have happily been whatever the hell she was gonna have every night, or even what she was making for my sister, or whatever. Like.
Do you want to hear what I'm allowed to eat?
Yeah, sure.
Fresh and frozen fruit, fresh and frozen vegetables, fresh and dried herbs. Yay. But also not, because the causes of it is obesity, which I am, and I know that. Smoking, and all the other foods that you won't hear on this, which do. So, lentils, beans, brown rice, barley, oats, bran, couscous, and quinoa.
Yeah.
Quinoa. And then I'm allowed to have salmon, sardines, walnuts, flaxseed and flaxseed oil, avocados, olive oil, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds. And then for my sweeteners, I can have stevia and monk fruit. That is all I'm allowed to eat for the rest of my life.
Whole.
Yeah.
Can you have soy?
I don't know.
Soybeans, soy milk.
I don't know, because I've also looked up the condition that I have, and they say like hormone replacement therapy helps it as well.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Like,
You're gonna, cause
they say like boosting estrogen helps it. I'm like,
yeah, well, that's the thing is HRT could do so many different things to us.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Who knows? That's the thing. It's the risk.
But yeah, I'm like, surely, I don't know.
Well, a blood test would tell that, right? So that's why we got to have blood tests before we would go on hormones.
Yeah.
So like they would be able to tell that, oh, you're like this, so it would react to you like that. They'll be able to tell you on a broad basis at least anyway. Surely, if they could tell there's something wrong with you, because a lot of people couldn't take hormones, right? A lot of people do have a case where it wouldn't work with their body because it would they would just come crashing down.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, if you could boost your own estrogen, it might help with it a bit, which you could do by foods you intake.
Yeah, which is just really soy foods and stuff like that.
There is a lot of seeds and a lot of herbs.
Yeah.
Flax, the flax pod ones.
Yeah.
They're all the stuff. And then if you just have like a healthy vegetable diet on top of that, like you honestly It might be a pain. It might not taste that great. Well, it will taste fine. There is so many ways you can do vegetables that taste fucking beautiful. Right? There's no reason to not eat your vegetables.
But with the way that I have to eat, maybe not. I don't know.
You can do vegetables, but that's what I mean. You can do them so many ways that are good.
Yeah.
You can do them steamed. You can do them. Don't boil the shit out of them. Just like blanch them.
Yeah.
Don't boil your vegetables. You're just gonna boil everything out of them. I know Nan.
Blanch them so they're nice and crispy.
I know Nan likes to boil the shit out of her vegetables until they're pretty
Granny's
much
got
fucking
arthritis.
mush because Granny's got arthritis. But you boil out all of the nutrients and all of the flavour.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm not allowed to eat? Mushrooms.
Oh, well, they're gonna have to make an
told them
exception
they
for
can
that.
get fucked.
Yeah.
and they said not allowed to smoke. And I said, well, they can get fucked about that as well.
Yeah. Well, they say that to everyone, right?
Yeah.
No one should smoke.
Nobody should smoke. I'm like, well, they can get fucked. Then again, I'll just fucking vape it then. Or I'll eat it and I'll infuse it in avocado oil. Or
You could.
Olive oil.
Yep, that'll work. You definitely could.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go vegan
Yeah.
once I run out of meat food.
Yeah. Well, like, I live on fuck all, alright? So I can't, I'm not one to talk, but I know how I should be eating. I just don't. I just need to. I'm starting to get into the habit of just doing the things I put off. But, that's what I need to do, is I need to start my diet, because I've got a list of foods that I want to eat and want to incorporate into, like, my main part of my diet. So yeah, I need to stop eating junk. I always eat junk, and then when I do eat things like Nimi, she occasionally eats meat. She quite often eats like chicken, but not huge on it. Like she prefers to eat like the vegan side of things. So I don't normally eat like the same sort of stuff because I don't really care. So I'm not getting the balanced diet that I need. That's for sure. As much as this food's good and some of it's healthy for me, I'm definitely not getting a balanced diet. As I was explaining it to Nim the other night, I'm really just like ingesting the bare minimum that my body needs and then boosting it with certain things to keep it going and making it through every day.
Yeah.
I need to stop doing that. I've eaten 1.5 chicken bites from BP this morning and drunken a V. And it's now 8 o'clock at night.
I've had 2 pieces of toast and a bowl of porridge.
Better than me.
Yeah.
And healthier.
Yeah.
Even though it's grains,
not really
but...
the toast. It was fucking slapped on with Nutella.
Oh,
I got a teaspoon. I went boom, boom, spread on like, damn, that's thick.
When there's more Nutella than there is bread.
Yep.
No. That may be not so.
I didn't have butter or marge. I'm like, well, I guess I better double the Nutella.
Butter on the Nutella, then Nutella on the Nutella.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah,
No,
well,
we do have diets that we should really be sticking to.
I guess I'll say I'm gonna miss my steak, but I haven't really eaten steak, and I can't remember the last time I had it because I can't afford it.
Yep. So like,
I don't know how I'm gonna afford vegan food.
well, this whole like, vegan food's normal food. It's just taking out foods you don't eat.
Isn't it more expensive though?
Vegetables aren't. It's just nothing that's like animal produced.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I haven't looked.
become vegan, but have eggs. Eat eggs.
I love eggs.
Good. Eat eggs. Eggs
I
are good
don't
for you.
I don't know if I'm allowed to eat them or not. I have to look.
Eggs are good for you. If you're gonna take everything out, take everything out but
There's
eggs.
2 diets that it recommends to follow, so I could try and find those 2. But yeah,
Eggs are good.
I like egg.
So I don't eat a lot of meat anymore. I love my meat. I love my red meat. I love my pork. I love my lamb. I had duck the other night. I must say, I had duck the other night.
Never
And
had duck.
haven't you?
Why would I?
Oh, you should. Okay.
Tell me why I should eat
the Thai place on Deliver Easy.
Hmm?
Huh?
Tell me why I should eat the gods.
Because they're worth it.
I haven't eaten a duck yet, and
They're
I don't think
worth
I ever
it.
will.
They are worth it. It is such a nice meat, but it has to be done right because it dries out really easily. Because obviously there's not a lot of meat on a duck. right? But it dries out very, very quickly. So like normally when you cook a steak, you would let it rest for a little bit, then put it on the plate and send it out. You can't do this with duck. Like if you just cook it like a steak, then you have to like send it out straight away because it goes dry very quick. So you have to go somewhere that's done it right. But the Thai place on Deliver Easy, they uptown, they do duck, and it's really good because it's just all stewed up. It's just duck, bok choy, noodle. So it's always moist, so it's fine. That was really good duck. I highly recommend, as much as it's just cheap takeaway food, it is good duck. If you're going to try duck, that would be your cheapest option and your easiest. They'll deliver it to your door. It's good. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I love my meat, but I don't eat a lot of it. I had that duck the other night, and I had those steaks last week. Other than that, before that, it's been a long time. I may have had chicken at some point from some takeaway, but like that would have been it. And if I had beef from a takeaway, I don't believe it's beef. So it's been a while since I've really had meat. I love my meat, but I can go without it. So I want to incorporate meat into my diet for the protein, but just a set amount because I don't need to live off meat. I just want it for my protein so I can use that when I exercise.
I'm going to take it to say salmon. I'm going to take it I can eat all fish. Probably I can eat most fish. So salmon to sardines. I'll eat most fish probably.
Yeah, if you can have salmon, you can have tuna.
Yeah.
Salmon's good. Salmon's really, really good. Have that over tuna, just because there's too much mercury in tuna.
Salmon on rice. No, I can't have rice. I can brown rice.
You can't have any. It sounds like you can't have any grain or wheat.
No, I'm gluten intolerant, dairy intolerant, sugar intolerant.
Yeah.
Stress intolerant.
Intolerant.
And smoke intolerant, apparently. I'm just intolerant to life, and I need to just go crawl up in a ball and live on the land.
Fair.
Yep.
Fair.
Yep. Apparently, according to my condition.
According to your condition, telling you to go live in a land with a ball curled up. Fucking hell, cunt. No. You have a lot more to live for than that. You just need to work it out. You just need to work the rest out. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
But no. You need to eat better. We both do. Because what you eat affects your mood. 100%. You are what you eat. And if you're just ingesting junk, like you just shitting out fucking bullshit, it's so true. Like when you eat good food, and then you feel good afterwards, and you naturally feel good, then you mentally feel good too. All these things that I spill and we talk about that we could do, and they all genuinely work. Appreciating the small things, looking for the good instead of just letting the bad come in, eating well. All that shit adds up. It all is good. I remember my nana always telling me you got to eat well. Like she always is on my case, and even now making sure that I eat good. I'm pretty sure it's for the mindset though of like just keeping a healthy body. But like they were onto something to a degree. A couple of generations ago, they just hadn't quite worked it out. But it's true. You eat well, you feel good, you mentally feel good as well as naturally feeling good. It's kind of like hardware and software, right? If your hardware's not all that great, then the software's not going to run very well. So I try and compare it. It seems to work. We just got to do it. We just got to do these things. It's stupid. Just do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And my condition, you know what the cool thing is?
This is a cool thing about this condition.
It's so cool. It affects 1% of the population of the whole Earth, and it's not curable.
That's just as rare as your car. Nice.
And it's passed down through genetics because my mom's got it.
I swear.
Knows where she got it from.
I swear everyone's got something wrong with them that is only like 1% of the world has that. Because like I've got one thing which is actually pretty much gone now, surprisingly, which is meant to be like incurable. And it's just like I got this bug that lives at the root of my eyelash, and it just creates gunk in my eyelashes, which isn't sleep. and they don't have a cure for it. They have things to help you like wash it off each day.
Yeah.
And I've found that mascara stops that from actually living. Ever since I started putting on makeup, I stopped getting that shit in my eyelashes, so it's great. But fuck all people have it, and it's incurable. I swear everyone has one thing, and it'll be something small and unique. Just you don't have something small and unique that's 1% of the world.
Yeah.
You have something a bit larger. But obviously, there's ways around it.
Yeah.
There's ways you can deal with it.
Now
It just
on.
sucks, but it's probably better than you trying to deal with how you're dealing with it now by not. It's probably better for you.
Oh, no, I mean, there's a lot of things that affect my mindset, and my condition one of my conditions is one of them. But yeah, but anyway,
appreciating the small things.
Yep.
Try it.
Anyway, I was gonna say, on another note, Chernobyl.
Oh yeah, you want to bring up Chernobyl?
Yeah, is
Gone.
now showing signs, or there is endangered wildlife species living
In Chernobyl?
in Chernobyl, but humans will not be able to live there for another 24,000. Was it either 24 or 44,000?
So way before, like, humans going to be
Yeah.
gone before we can live there.
Yeah, before we can live there again, but endangered animals are living there now.
Good, leave
And
it.
I tried clicking on the link, but it just wasn't loading, so I only saw the headline, so that's as much as I know. So if you pull it up, I don't know if you could Google that.
Let's Google this. Let's
yeah,
Google this
'cause
bitch.
All I could read saw was like the headline, like, they don't know the health of the animals, and that's about it.
True. So, endangered animals in... Hey, it's got Chernobyl.
CH.
CH.
Yeah.
Instead endangered species.
This will be interesting for you to find it, because I found it on Twitter.
How radiation is affecting wildlife 30 years after.
Could be that.
Does Chernobyl have mutated animals? After a nuclear disaster, the world's most unlikely nature reserve.
Yeah, that.
There we go. Euronews. Go. This looks like an ad.
You can't skip it. Oh, the tea!
Alright, we're not sponsored by this ad. Not
well, FIFA World Cup 2022. Don't know if it'll happen. Shout
Alright,
out
here we go.
coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Вместе с тем, это
it's not even in English.
такое же большое окно возможностей как для радиологических исследований, так и для сохранения биологического.
Such an interesting place.
There we go. Should probably like do some dialogue for this, since it's not in English anyway, and people are only probably going to be listening to this. So just showing shots around, I guess, the outer brink of Chernobyl, where they obviously can get to, of wildlife. It seems to be horses, various types of horses, eh?
Interesting type of horse.
Very interesting types of horses. They seem to be quite more muscly.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no, she's pretty wrecked, eh? Chernobyl's building standing, but nothing's in them.
Have you seen the Chernobyl HBO mini series?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you have to watch that.
I as a kid, my old man would chuck on a lot of documentary channel and history channels, so I learned a lot of stuff back then, but since forgotten a fair amount. I learned a lot about Chernobyl back then, so I know a little, but I haven't looked into much
Watch this
since.
Chernobyl thing. It is fucking great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Watch a trailer for that if you can, if we're allowed to. I don't even know what we're allowed to.
I don't know what we're allowed to or not allowed to show. We'll find out as we go.
Yeah.
150 of those horses live in the area. I guess that would be the area that they can see. So I've guessed that many.
Mm.
True. So it's starting to come back. And it's probably good that wildlife are there. Like,
Yeah. If they can somehow survive, like, surely they'd know what parts are radiated and what's not. Surely they have, like, some weird sense and can sense that.
yeah, they wouldn't be able to pick that up, surely.
Surely. 'Cause they can sense a lot of other things that we can't sense.
Yes, they might. Yeah. Be interesting to see what comes in like the next 50 years of wildlife around there.
I'm interested to see what happens in the next 50 years, to see what the whole human race is doing.
how many more Chernobyls
I
we
wanna
have around
know-
the world?
I want to know what's happening with China.
Okay, yeah, what's happening with
These more
China?
and more podcasts I listen to about China. Holy fuck! I don't want China to go anywhere in the world.
Are they like the new JREs?
That what?
The new JRE episodes?
Yeah, I listened to the Josh Rogan one.
Oh yes, I seen that pop up. I'm too busy listening to old ones to get around to the new ones.
Yeah, no, the Josh Rogan one. I didn't expect them to be talking about China, and I listened to another one. I didn't expect them to talk about China, but when they talk about China, I'm like, oh fuck, China needs to be stopped, but you can't stop China, but China needs to be stopped.
What are they doing?
They're trying to take over the world.
Yes. I've looked into a little bit of China, but I know you have
Yeah.
more knowledge on it than me. So literally, just go off on
What did I hear? You like they get, so it's all run by the CCP, the Communist Party, and they are trying to now like influence, I'm guessing, more America. We don't really I feel like we don't have to worry about it, but I'd probably say we probably do. But they invest money in like Taiwanese billionaires and Hong Kong billionaires, maybe not Hong Kong now, I don't know, or other like Asian billionaires and stuff like that, who then go along and put money into schools and other businesses, and when they accept that money, they're then told that they're owned by the CCP.
True.
And they can't say or do anything to against whatever CCP wants, because like how the NBA, somebody said something in the NBA about Hong Kong and they shut down the whole NBA season. That was because of the CCP. They shut that whole thing down.
True.
Yeah, like China is like, was it Nike said something as well about like, is the stuff that we're getting from there, is it like from their slave labor, which they say isn't. Like, you can't question anything from China because it's just all lies coming out of there apparently. But you like question if it was slave labor, and like all the Nike over in China was just gone overnight.
Wow.
Yeah, and like if they get told to boycott because it's China and they're all communist parties, everybody will boycott that company in that country.
Shit.
Yeah, and something like China's like 40% of company sales, it destroys the company. And like seeming stuff gets manufactured in China as well. Because the COVID, apparently they were, from what I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but America's masks were all being made over in China, and China threatened America and said, if you don't if you want to get your masks, shut up about the virus. Like, stop releasing information that's pointing towards us and all this stuff, or else you're not going to get your masks.
So that's why it was
Yeah.
shut down real quick on the
Yeah.
internet. People talking about COVID or the
Yeah.
pandemic. Like, no one could say a word about it,
Yeah.
otherwise you get taken down.
Yeah, and like the Chinese people are putting in like people in social media presences to like start fights and stuff. Like the whole like left and right sides of American stuff that's like fueled with Chinese and Russian people.
Shit.
Like they're trying to break up
They're
America.
trying to tear it all
and
down.
It's working.
Wow. So they're owning businesses, right? Taking down businesses that they don't own.
Yeah.
Tearing down America so they can take
Yeah,
over
well, look
that.
what China did when everything crashed when COVID happened. They just went through and just bought just heaps of stock in companies. So now a lot of American companies, again, a lot more are now owned by a lot more Chinese people.
Yep. Wow.
They're like slowly taking over the
World.
America / world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking. They did well. They did it.
And
They're
I
doing
only just,
it. They're
I only
doing
just
it.
learnt about that they've got concentration camps over there filled with some. I don't know. When I was listening to it, it sounded like they said Uyghurs, but when I looked at how it was spelt, it didn't look like that. They were a type of Muslim people, and there's millions of them apparently locked up in concentration camps.
Shit.
Yeah, and then if they get released, they get sent to a factory to work, but they get paid, so it's not classed as slave labor, but they don't have a choice
But
whether
it's
or not
communism.
they want to work or not,
Yeah.
and they don't get to see their family. If they've got family, they don't get to see their family ever again.
Yeah.
And you don't... Yeah,
Wow. That's messed up, man.
yeah.
That's messed up.
China's
That's going down.
like... Yeah, there was like a brief breakdown of what I heard roughly from these couple of podcasts, but yeah, like
Yeah.
China needs
So
to
overall,
stop. Like,
these are just words after words that have been
Yeah.
heard from words,
Yeah,
but still,
but yeah,
regardless,
like, China needs to be stopped from the sounds of it.
if that's it, yeah, wow.
Like I was like, they're like, apparently China's plan is to take over the world by 2040. I'm like, I don't even know what's going to happen in 2030. Like 10 years that's not that far away now. Like 9 and a bit years.
Yep.
For 2030, and I reckon shit's gonna hit the fan.
It's going to be interesting,
Yeah.
because, like, with that, there's also so many other movements and stuff happening right now
It's
that's
so weird.
like,
I
gonna
honestly
come to a
do
brink.
just feel like we're at our end days, or not end days. I feel like this is our last century. Century? Is century 100 years?
Yes,
Yeah.
because decade's 10.
Yeah. I feel like this is our last century
Mm.
as a species, or maybe decade. I don't reckon the human race physically is going to last another 1,000 years.
No millennia. Nah.
Yeah. I reckon we're done for after 1,000 years. If that.
Yeah,
if that-
I've said it. I've said it a few times. I reckon we've only
say-
got a handful of
I
generations
want
left
to
in us.
say 300 years max, and the human race
Yeah,
will tear itself apart probably.
yeah.
Unless these weird aliens that we hear about are here to save us and stop
Yeah.
us from doing this.
Yep.
Because, I don't know, we keep talking about the space travel, like we've got to go out and find another space, like, and they go like, this is 200 or 22 light years away, and it's like stars don't live as long as a light year, so we don't even know if anything that we're actually looking at is even there.
Mhm.
If we could be the last living,
Yeah. That's it.
we don't know, because
Oh man.
you're looking at space as looking into the past, and like, surely there's something else. Like, there could actually be nothing fucking left.
Yeah. Yep.
If it's all supposedly real, if space is real.
Okay, well, hold on. You went like off on like 2-3 different things right there. Take it back to the how long we reckon humanity's got. I personally like I've probably said it to you before. Like I reckon we've only got a handful of generations left in us. Like I don't think there's going to be all that much more.
Our generation is like 50-50 on kids. I'm just gonna say the next generation. Well, I say our year group and older is like 50-50.
Yeah.
I want to say, why do I keep... They're like maybe 20-year-olds now or 18-year-olds now. I guess they're still classed as us.
Yeah, they are, and I personally know quite a few of them. Like my workmates, I think he's only recently turned 21, and my partner's 21st is this year. And honestly, they're very like-minded. So like it's our generation.
And so it's our generation is like the 50-50, and whatever the next generation, this Alpha 2 or whatever it's gonna be.
It's because we're on Gen Z, so like technically we were on a really weird line of the end of millennial and start of Gen Z. So like Gen Z's like the new one's Alpha, and Gen Z wrong step. There's like there's two sides of Gen Z. There's like 15 years old to 23 years old currently, or 24, and then there's 15 downwards. Like there's two minds in Gen Z. We're just at the top end of it.
Yeah. And then there's also two minds in the millennials, which is millennials that are pretty much Gen Z.
Yeah.
And then there's millennials that are millennials, and
like,
then there's millennials that are like boomers.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what it is.
Which I'm gonna, because what are my parents? My parents are
boomers,
40 something.
Yeah, so boomers.
But they're a little more like millennials. They don't really care.
Yeah. Yes, that's what my parents are like. My parents are quite like the, it's 50-50. I see both sides come through.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you could probably get along with my parents. I feel like most of my friends could probably get along with my parents. Bar talking about drugs.
Yeah.
Because they're just very anti-drugs.
Yeah.
Fuck knows why.
We're at 52 minutes. And 10 minutes of commercials.
Now, question: How do you humanely do population control on the whole world? Assuming the world is overpopulated, how do you humanely?
We collectively agree that we're gonna stop having kids for a set amount of years.
How many years?
Or a certain amount of the current population stops having kids for a certain amount of years. You know, like, just hold off on repopulating for a while.
So would you...
We don't need to stop completely, but hold off for a little bit. But in saying that, we're just going to end up with a great deal of old people trying to bring up young people. We'll physically see a gap of young people and old people, and there'll be like a very rare amount of middle-aged people if we do that, which would be really, really bizarre.
Or maybe you'd have to like...
Which could cause many, many fucking problems.
How would you do it? You just have to cut down so that the death rate is higher than the birth rate. So I mean, you could still have kids.
So we spread a disease.
You can still have kids every single year, but you'll just... I just feel like you got to take a tally. So we're like, all right, we're at cut off sex, no more sex for the rest of the year. Can't have any more kids.
Yeah, that won't happen in this day and age. I think we're like the last two people on Earth that don't care about it. Like, it seems that everyone just fucking cares about it these days.
You could do you
could put out a virus.
Every third child is forced sterilized.
Sterilized?
Yeah. Neutered, spayed, forced sterilized.
That's so sad. Imagine growing up knowing that you're the third child. Fuck you all. Why could I have been born in between?
It's random. But like every third baby born in the hospital just gets.
Oh, if they're born in the hospital.
Yeah, it's random as fuck.
That would suck. It would be like people would have superpowers and people wouldn't.
Yeah. Some babies will be on hormone replacement therapy for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Some already are.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. We do definitely need to not be as populated. We need to cut down our population, but there's no way to humanely do it.
Yeah. There's not really a humane way of doing it, and really it's our only one humane thing left that we seem to collectively agree on.
See all this, like, I guess what China's doing at the moment is classed as genocide, like. Kinda needs to be done. Don't want to say that, but
yeah.
But it's fucking horrible that it's doing it. But they're going about it the whole wrong way of like cutting down the population. Like our population does need to drop down. We are overpopulated, as you can see. The world's suffering.
But mass genocide's not the way to go about it.
But that's not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna put a bleep there, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Through our whole segment.
Maybe where I went.
Personal opinion, looking at it from an outside perspective, outside of the Earth's perspective. This has felt way longer than it has been. To me. My heater keeps fucking sparking down here.
Sparking?
Yeah, I'm watching it, like, I don't know what happens, but like something like in the fan.
That's not
down
good.
Here, I catch the spark out the corner of my eye.
Oh. No, yeah, mine did that all the time.
Oh, so it's normal?
Yeah.
But it's still, is it okay?
Oh, mine never caught fire, it just stopped working one day. But it took a long time for it to stop working.
Alright, well, it's fine.
I ran that motherfucker to the ground.
Finish this off with a incense. Since we let our one almost go out before we even started.
What will I do for dinner? I got patties out.
Got patties out for dinner?
Yeah.
You can't eat that.
I know! I'm not meant to be eating it, but... Oh well.
Well, I'm getting pretty hungry too, so I think it might be time to wrap this up.
Wrap this up like a cold piece of meat.
Go subscribe to our Patreon that we never made after talking about it and saying it last time.
Check out Violet's OnlyFans.
Go subscribe to our OnlyFans. We're on every social media, but in about 2 months' time.
We're on every social media but the popular ones. Only YouTube.
Yeah. We're going to be on every social media. No, we're not. We're going to be on a couple.
That's one thing
but
I'm
once you
actually
set
trying to...
Search up a name on like social medias and see if you can find us. We don't know what they are yet.
That's one thing I'm actually slowly trying to get off is social media.
I've been watching.
And slowly, I've dwindled my...
Yeah.
I'm just whittling
your Instagram's
down
to
everything.
Down to fuck all now too.
And as soon as it gets to go one day, it'll just be deleted.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really feel like I need a social presence online.
Yeah, true.
I've got a cell phone number. People can use.
People don't need a social presence, but it's a good way to keep connected. You can do it without having a presence on the internet. Even though, what are we doing here?
Nah, I have a feeling that social media affects mental health as well, as they say, so I'm trying to cut it out as much as possible.
Yeah, well, if you feel that that's what you need, then sure.
I don't know what the fuck I need.
You're just trying it out.
I've got
until you work
no
it out.
clue what I need. Yep, I'm just trying things.
Yeah. We're just trying to work out life, and I don't actually think we'll get it. Maybe one day we will.
I might figure it out just as I die.
Just be walking down the street one day and just be like, oh,
Ah!
that's it.
Boom!
Yeah.
Fuck!
Waste. Yeah.
Wake up. How was that game? Well, it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that.
It's coming.
I don't know. I was in the shower the other night. Well, we dragged out this outro.
Yeah.
I was in the shower the other night, and I was like, I don't know, it got real weird. I was like washing myself. I was like, none of this is real. None of this is real. Washing myself. I was looking at myself. I'm like, this isn't real. This isn't real. I'm in 4K vision. None of this is real. Nothing. Like, just looking at my body. I'm like, that's not me. This isn't me. And all this shit. And I was like, I hopped out of the shower. I'm like, whew. Do I talk to Violet or do I not talk to Violet?
So, one side effect of the God-given plant is that it can cause the illusion of reality not seeming real. And like, I used to think about that side effect quite often and go, oh yeah, I'll know when I'm thinking that stupid, right? But when you're in the moment of nothing genuinely looks or feels or seems real, you're so convinced because you literally believe what you see, touch,
I was
and
like
shit,
the thoughts
right?
were going from my head. I'm like, I should start seeing a rip. It sounded, God, Dar's like, should I rip my flesh off? Like, this doesn't seem real. I'm like, no, that's fucked up. That's a bit too fucked up.
Yeah, it's a bit too fucked up, even if it isn't real.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it still feels real, but it doesn't feel real.
No, reality's real, but
Maybe.
it could also be simulated.
Maybe.
So
Question everything.
question everything, because it's all unknown.
Unknown nothing. Something else.
Something else. All right.
And to our
Subscribe to everything.
12.
And to our 12, let's just double check that. We're
And
up
to
on
our
screen.
44 subscribers out there.
Imagine. Oh, that would be nice. But hey, we get some listeners. We listen. I enjoy listening to these. These are great. They help me when I need it because I can't. What am I going to history? Because I can't always be around my mates. And sometimes it's what you need. And when you can't, this is such a good way to
12.
do it. We're at 12.
12.
To our 12 subscribers, we do this for you.
We do this for you, man.
Peace out, y'all.
And if you could send us some ice cream, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, we could do with some ice cream. We can't rip them off too much, man. Jesus.
Okay.